walk into a garden center in the spring, we can often forget, unfortunately, that there's other seasons sometimes where they're not quite as, how shall we say this, friendly as spring. And one of the big things to remember is we've still got a garden going that time of year, and that's exactly why gold in the cold pines could be so important to your garden. Now, when we do walk into the garden center and look at pine trees in the spring, we're going to see a lot of them that maybe look like this, minus the snow. This is a limber pine select, which is a Pinus flexilis select. And it's a beautiful blue color, and it's what you'd probably expect from a great pine that will add some form and structure and maybe even be used as a screen in your garden. Now, however, if we walk about 20 yards that way, we'll start to see pines a little differently. Now, there's two things you won't see this spring in your garden center. Number one, hopefully, snow. That'd be a bummer. Number two would be this pine being gold. That's right, you'd walk into the garden center and be green. You'd pass by it and go, yeah, that's one of those screen border plants to add to my garden. Maybe not. But this is Pinus densiflora aurea, or the Japanese red pine, the cultivar name, aurea, which goes a blazing gold, as you can see here, in the cold over winter. Essentially what happens is all the chlorophyll in the pine says, I'm going to go on vacation. Takes a bit of a break, goes into a state of dormancy, just like a deciduous tree would be when it loses its leaves, and the needles go a beautiful gold color. You may have seen some bigger eastern white pines as an example. It sort of go a brownish green kind of color, which isn't all that attractive. This, on the other hand, is an eye catcher in the garden throughout the entire winter months, then eventually turns back over to a lime green in the spring. So remember the next time you're in your garden center this spring. Not everything will remain that way through the year, and that's why it's ultra important to have 365 days of color. We'll see you next time in the garden.